This season is a lot of puppies and a lot of petting of puppies. That's basically the whole season. Give the internet what it wants. That's what I'm saying. You know.
Today's episode network. Give us some insight into what we're going to see come season 13.
All right. Well, the end of season 12 brought us some death and destruction. We lost Cass. We lost Crowley. We think we might have lost Rowena. And Mom and Lucifer are in the Rift in an alternate universe. So the boys have lost a lot. And the boys have lost a lot before. They had a lot to lose. You know, when you think back to like season 1, when it was really just Sam and Dean, and they finally found Dad, and then they kind of lost in the beginning of season 2. Dad was kind of all they had, but they didn't really have him. So the boys have been lucky enough to kind of make friends over the last 12 years. So we had a lot more to lose, which I don't think the Winchesters like being in that position. So now it's them kind of going back to, we kind of got nothing again. We have each other. So to see them build up from nothing and to see how they deal with that loss will be pretty cool.
Just one thing is that Dean is pretty much convinced this season started that Mom's gone. Once she went through the rift with Lucifer, he just figured that that's it for Mom. Sam is holding on. No, Mom can be alive, and the key to getting Mom back is that this son of Satan opened the rift once, he can do it again. And that really sort of drives the first few episodes of the show. And then I won't give away a whole lot after that.
A lot of people are worried that we're not going to see Castiel again.
Well,
he might actually be dead.
he might be.
Castiel is coming back.
Good.
He will be dead when we find him,
Okay.
but there will be a resurrection.
Well, we'll just see.
Supernatural's always functioned really well when we had like big contrasted with small. So the small story is Sam and Dean. You know, Mom's gone. We've got to find Mom. This kid may be the key to finding her. This kid may also be evil, but he may be good, and there's a lot of uncertainty and kind of those things that are going on. Meanwhile, at the same time, we've got an entire apocalyptic universe where Mary and Lucifer were trapped. That, you know, once they realize what's on the other side of that rift, we'll take a great interest in it. Let's put it that way. So I think it sets us up for kind of a smaller, character-oriented first half and a much bigger, more epic second half of the season.
We're going to find him a few episodes down the road in a realm that we have heard about or thought about in the supernatural universe, but we've never seen. And this is, I have no idea how we're going to shoot it. It's going to be really weird.
Well, everybody's dead, and now we have to deal with that.
Yeah.
No problem. It's going to be a struggle both to deal with what is happening and also to deal with what has happened.
Yeah.
So that's where we kind of pick up at the beginning of the season is how are we going to process what just went down, and also how are we going to deal with this situation that is now happening.
Totally.
And the brothers have different ideas about what they should be doing, so that's a bit of a struggle, which struggle makes for good drama, and drama makes for good TV.
Let's talk about the panel and the little surprise that happened. What was that like for you? Had you met them before?
No, I saw them in Dallas, Texas in 1997. It was them and Styx.
Yes.
And I think it was like the third concert I ever went to or something like that. But when we met for the first time backstage, I kind of geeked out on them. But the crazy thing is like a couple of them were geeking out on us. Like the lead singer was like, my cousin's daughter losing her mind right now. That she's like that. He's like that. I'm with you. In fact, if you want to come up on stage and sing with us, you can. I'm like, and I'm just literally like my knees are shaking, and I'm like,
Reverting to your 97.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
of course.
right.
So it was, it was like one of those like, oh my gosh, it's you, and oh my gosh, it's you.
Yeah.
It's still surreal.
Do you think you want to take them up on the offer then?
No way, are you kidding me? I'm not gonna go up there and do
Let's
that.
do background vocals.
We're rock stars.
I know,
I'm a
but
TV actor.
I know, but it could be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Maybe one day.
Then they can come to set. You can write in Baby.
Yes.
Let's make it happen. All
All
right.
right.
Let's talk about Kansas playing at your panel. Everyone's freaking out over this. Epic.
Epic. So we knew that Kansas was coming, and we were keeping it a secret, and we thought that was super cool, but I had no idea it was going to be as cool as it was. Jared and Jensen and I snuck into the back, and we were just like the whole time we were watching, and that teaser, did you see it? It was, they have this panoramic video screen that just wraps around all of Hall H, and the sound system that they had in there was like shaking us in our seats. It felt, we were watching it, it definitely, it made you want to watch the show they were teasing. I was like, this TV show looks really cool. We should watch this.
Yeah, but then when the fans realized that the band was actually there.
Really funny because the music started and they were playing Carry On My Wayward Son, and the room was dark, and then the lights started to come up, and then there were some guys on the stage, and then the fans sort of realized, holy shit, that's actually Kansas. And everybody jumped up and all of the phones went on and everybody was like, ah! And this girl who was across the aisle from me, Jared and Jensen, was like, I was standing there taking a picture of Jared and Jensen and their reaction, and she jumped up and she was like, oh my God, can you take a picture for, ah! She just started screaming when she saw it was me that she was handing the phone to. It was actually really funny.
I would say Jensen is most likely to take on a demon in real life.
And Jared's most likely to run away.
Jared is most likely to, as we saw on the show, fall in love with it.
All right, we're going to do a real quick lightning round. So bro versus bro, okay? Jared versus Jensen. So, who is the biggest jokester on set?
Jared.
I would say probably Jared.
Jared.
Me.
Who's got the messiest trailer?
Jensen.
You know what? Both their trailers are super clean.
That's
I don't
good.
think it's on them though. I think they have a production staff that takes care of that.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Who's got the messiest trailer?
Jared.
Ooh, I'll say me again.
Okay. Who's most
But
likely?
because I have dogs and my dogs
Blame it on the dogs.
and kids, but I have like dog toys and kid toys, and Misha doesn't really have a full-time trailer
That's right.
because he works once a year.
So his is
So he
always
doesn't.
clean.
He just has a backpack.
Right. Who in real life is most likely to take on a real demon?
Neither one of them.
So they're more likely to run away, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I would say Jensen is most likely to take on a demon in real life.
And Jared's most likely to run away.
Jared is most likely to, as we saw on the show, fall in love with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's funny because he's
And-
not being real because he told me that he was most likely to take on a demon.
Well, I think take on can mean a lot of different things, so he may have just misinterpreted the question.
Me.
So that means that he's most likely to run away?
Yes, and
sure.
I know that for a fact because very, very quick story. We were on set and there was this giant bowl of blood that was teetering, and it went and it wasn't supposed to. Somebody set it down and it tilted and it tipped, and all Jared would have had to do is literally just go like this to stop it. But what did he do? And he immediately looked at me and he was like, I always wished I wouldn't react like
Oh,
that.
it's amazing.
I'm gonna go with. Gosh, that's hard. I'll go with me again.
Okay. Who's
Yeah.
most likely to run away?
Me again.
Which out of those two is the best cook?
That's what?
Best cook.
I don't think Jensen cooks at all, so I'd have to say Jared.
All right.
You know what? I don't know, but I would guess Jensen. He seems like a guy that would like man a grill in a professional way.
Who's the best cook?
Misha.
And what about dancing skills?
Jensen.
I would say me. I would say if you just want the honest answer.
I do.
Yeah,
do.
no,
I only want honest.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm
Very
glad we can
cool.
be real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, last one. Who is the best dancer?
That's tough. Jared's gonna say he is,
Me for sure.
but I just don't like his dancing, so I'm gonna say me.
Let's just talk about the Comic-Con panel, and what, the band, Kansas.
How freaking cool. We found out about that. It was the hardest secret for me to keep possibly ever. And we found out we couldn't mention it, but I wanted to tell people hey, this might be a good year for you to visit Comic-Con. I'm like, oh, well, it's busy. No, today, really, you might want to get down to San Diego and come visit your friend or your son or something. But I couldn't really spill the beans. How cool. And we met all the guys and they were like, hey, thanks. Thanks.
You've never met them before?
I never met them. We had kind of talked via Twitter and stuff like that, but never face to face. And we've been like ships crossing in the night. They're like, hey, y'all are gonna be in Philadelphia. We have a show. We're like, oh, we're there 2 days prior, and then we're filming that day or something. So we've kind of been doing this and that. And they told us that they've been trying to do it for a couple of years, and this is the first time it really worked out where they weren't doing a show today, I guess. Cool, great guys, super talented. I mean, it's legendary.
I know.
You know?
I know.
And the Hall H, with the big old screens, and Kansas is on stage playing their song that's meant so much, our unofficial theme, Super cool.
Now we just have to get them on the show. You know, they could be. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Put it out there.
Hey, I'm gonna go talk. I think there's some powerful people somewhere beside me.
Arrow's now on your night, so can we do a crossover? I know he wants to come be a waiter, but I don't really feel like that's a good role for Oliver Queen.
He could be a waiter. I think he wants to be a waiter because Dean always hooks up with the waiters. I think he's hoping for that. Yeah. So, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
I would love to see, Oliver and Sam and Dean somewhere in some scene. It'd be great to even cross paths. And we make jokes a lot because our shows are different enough where we have to figure out, are we crossing over to the Arrow world or vice versa, whereas the Arrow and the Flash worlds are more similar. I even think it'd be a neat cameo, like he's saving a city or something and Sam and Dean are pulling up in the background doing something else. I'd love to.